Welcome to Get the Facts, the show that gives you information on the latest topics. I'm Theodore Henry. In today's segment, we're taking a closer look at the role of the Jamaica Customs Agency, JCA, in ensuring that relief supplies and shipments from overseas reach those who need them the most. Joining us today is the Chief Information Officer at the Jamaica Customs Agency, Andre Williams, to provide the facts and, of course, to clear up any misinformation. Welcome to Get the Facts, Sir Williams.
Thank you very much, and good day to our viewers.
All right, let's jump right into this.
Yes.
There has been a video circulating
Yes.
online, and it's been causing quite a bit of public furor. Essentially, it was that customs officers were holding on to relief bags. And I know the JCL put out a press release, but for our viewers, could you speak to that?
A little bit of clarity.
Yeah.
Well, it is an unfortunate incident, but of course, clarity is where we want to ensure that persons appreciate the role of customs,
Right.
which first, of course, many persons may not remember, but our first mandate is to ensure the security of our borders, right? And
Yeah, that's true.
yes,
That is true.
All right, so we guard against any illicit items, prohibited items coming in. And of course, in this situation now, we're speaking about delayed baggages, right? So we are aware that the airlines have in fact approved for additional bags along with the additional weight for persons who are coming into country. And this has caused an uptick, and plus, of course, you're dealing with relief supplies, and so you may have limited cargo space. What would have happened, though, is that there are a number of baggages that were delayed from an earlier flight. And then, of course, based on the different arrangements for some persons may be traveling out of town, there are persons who decide to wait. It does not necessarily mean, however, that those bags may be coming on the next flight. So persons would definitely have to await the information that is coming from the airline.
Right, right.
Yes,
So just to underscore it there, you traveled before the bags, but there's no assurance that
It will be on the next flight.
Is
No,
going to be
that's not
okay.
right.
So it's not that we're holding on or stopping people from getting their luggage.
Right, so those bags,
waiting.
actually, they were not there.
Right.
They're still overseas, unfortunately. We understand the anxieties for persons who would now have to wait or to make alternative arrangements to come back to our facilities there at the airport. We do have a delayed baggage facility. Nonetheless, though, those bags did eventually come in on a later flight, and in fact, all bags were cleared the following morning. So I understand it's almost 140 bags that were delayed. That's a significant number, but however, all of them were processed and duly released. We also want to point out that, of course, that bags that come in are, of course, handled with exceptional care to ensure that they are safe and secure.
Right.
And then it is inspected in the presence of the passenger. We know that some persons may make arrangements as well for the airlines to deliver the bags to their address. And of course,
Right.
it would have to be inspected if it is required in the presence of that agent to ensure that all is well. And then, of course, the delivery is made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Clarity received. Let's talk relief. What's the process to bring in relief items? In the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, a lot of people want to do this overseas, here.
Yes.
What's the process? Walk us through.
Right. So we are certainly in a very difficult time now. We do understand the damages and the loss that has been experienced in the Western End, and many persons are in fact intending to carry relief. The government has granted a suspension of import duties and GCT on specific items that's publicized on our website. Of course, persons can now bring those in for the benefit of individuals. So once those items are being brought in, we do have a small declaration where persons will declare that these are indeed for the relief of for persons who are in need.
Right.
And that has to be signed, and then of course the shipment will be inspected, etc., and then be released to the individuals.
Can I jump in here a moment? You've mentioned legitimate items and people have to sign to say it. So
Right.
there's some sort of
Right.
something that says, okay, this is legitimate and this isn't. Is it only item based or is it like quantity based, that sort of thing?
So, as I mentioned, for the relief that has been granted by the government, it goes up until the 31st of December, it's the end of the year. there are specific items on that list.
Right.
For example, bed linens, bath linens, clothing, non-perishable items, etc., generator, styling kits, inverters, and so forth. So all of those are eligible items, and persons can consult our website for those lists, the details of those items. However, we do understand that there are no persons who may be bringing in larger quantities.
Right.
Which, of course, it would be for distribution. Whether it is to a private group, they are able to of course, do that through one of the charitable institutions. Right. So that's the larger quantities. I just want to be clear as well that these relief items, obviously that is not goods that are being brought in for resale. They're not for commercial purposes, so those would not be eligible. We do also have persons who are donating at the national level, right? And for our international donors, non-profitable organizations, etc., they would coordinate their efforts through the designated agency that is ODPEM, right, of course. And that is now being coordinated along with customs and other regulatory authorities, the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Health. And that is to ensure that the processing takes place in a relatively short amount of time so that those goods can be moved and then be distributed through the respective areas.
Got it. All right, I want to ask about this a little bit more, but we're going to go to a break right now. The discussion will continue with Andre Williams, Chief Information Officer at the Jamaica Customs Agency. Please stay with us.
Jamaica Post is committed to being your preferred logistics partner. Enjoy the convenience of 3 to 5 days for international shipments at competitive rates and next business day delivery for local packages. Take advantage of our fast, reliable and ever-evolving services: zip mail, click and ship, fast track, EMS, parcel service, registered mail, corporate mail service and private letterbox. Access customer service support and track packages online. Visit our post offices island-wide and premium service centers at select locations. For more information, go to jamaicapost.gov.jm. Conditions apply.
Welcome back. We're continuing our conversation with Andre Williams, Chief Information Officer at Jamaica Customs Agency, JCA, and we're discussing relief shipment to Jamaica and a few other matters. Sir Andre, you had mentioned earlier that there's a difference in the scale.
Yes.
So you have the approved items, and that list has recently been expanded, we know, in response to the needs that exist.
Of course.
But you mentioned scale, and tell me if my summary is right. Personally, bringing in relief items through JCA, it's fine.
Yes.
At a certain scale, though, has to come through a registered charity or ODPEM.
Yes.
Are there any other organizations that we work with, and on what basis?
Right. So we are aware that a number of schools have in fact been damaged, and there are many other organizations who may want to, or persons who may want to donate directly to schools. And we do have the National Education Trust. They are the established body on behalf of the government who will handle relief supplies that are designated for schools.
School stuff, NET.
NET, right. Then there are others who are now, of course, dealing with healthcare products, medical products, etc. And that can be coordinated through the National Healthcare Education Foundation, NHEF.
Right.
Right, and of course, in regards to the details as to how to coordinate and to ensure that these are approved items, there are lists of approved or registered products that can be used locally. And then they would have to know, of course, inform the respective bodies to get those coordinated for the donations once they have been approved,
Right.
to be shipped here and be processed.
So when we're dealing with the organizations, it sounds like the right step is to first coordinate the organization and have them guide us on bringing this.
Precisely, because they do have their own standards, of course, to ensure, for example, relief items, we wouldn't want to see expired medication, etc., that's coming in. And there are certain types of medication that would not be approved for local use.
Right.
And so it is very important that, for example, if you're coordinating through ODPEM, that you contact ODPEM. The information is there on their website. In fact, if you should go to supportjamaica.gov.jm, there's a national needs list that is provided in regards to relief supplies, temporary housing, emergency equipment, etc. And of course, that guides the donors who, as in regards to what it is that is needed at national level.
Got it.
And likewise is the case for the National Education Trust and, of course, NHEF, as you mentioned.
Right. Got it. So when it comes to bringing in relief items, let's go back to the personal level.
Yes.
There's a duty-free period happening right now until the end of December.
Yes.
Everybody has heard about that.
That
but
is true.
Are there any other fees or processes that are required, even though we're operating duty-free? Anything else that persons bringing in personal items would need to know?
Well, so the period, let's be clear on the period. It was approved. It commenced on October 29th, and it goes up until the end of the year. That's December 31st.
Right.
And of course, it is a relief of the import duty and also GCT. There's still the customs administration fee. That's a flat fee that will be payable, and also smaller fees, environmental levies, special consumption fee, as is applicable for those smaller items. And of course, again, once those items are among the list and they are designated for relief efforts, persons will benefit from the relief of the GCT and duties.
Right, but those other flat fee and a few other fees still apply.
Right.
I think that this is a question that might be on everybody's minds. We've been talking relief, we've been talking Hurricane Melissa, all of that, but Christmas is coming up. And persons might be wondering, okay, is it only relief items that can be brought in? Is Christmas cancelled? What about my barrel?
Sorry. We do know that at this time of the year there is a surge in terms of persons sending home things, persons purchasing online as well, or shopping and shipping things back home. That still maintains. In fact, all indications are showing that there is still a large healthy appetite for persons who are shipping items, and especially now because of the disaster, persons are sending even more in that case, of course. And we have made the necessary preparations. In fact, the additional resources will be deployed. There's going to be extended working hours. And at the appropriate locations, you will even see some of those locations being opening on a Saturday to ensure that we can process and approve these various consignments for receipt by the intended recipients.
Got it. Well, we'll get more information on those extended opening hours.
Of course,
and
yes.
as always,
those will be published on our website.
Right.
Right. We always ask persons to consult our website. It's jca.gov.jm. In fact, as you get to the landing page, the details in regards to these various categories of reliefs and the list of items can be found right on our landing page. So we just want to repeat that it's jca.gov.jm.
jca.gov.jm.
Yes.
We started the interview with this matter, and it looks like we're going to end with it as well.
Yes.
I expect that in this time, there's a lot of misinformation running around online. Talk to us about that. How does that hamper the relief effort?
Well, it does create a bit of confusion. We do understand that there are international donors, persons who want to assist, and that sort of misinformation, it can be a source of discouragement, one. It can also be a source of confusion in regards to our processes. Right. So it's always good for persons, if there is an issue that's on the ground, we have our staff there, that they can in fact ensure that they get clarity from the officer or from any of our representatives that are on ground. We also have clear channels of communication. Persons can go to our website. We have a frequently asked section, and we do have our PR team who will provide various types of information, etc., for those persons who are particularly wanting to know about a specific process or service that we offer as well. And we continue to encourage persons to follow us on the various social media platforms. We do try to put out a lot of content to ensure that there's clarity in the public space in regards to our services. They're very detailed documents, procedures, etc. We have our YouTube channel as well, the Jamaica Customs Agency on YouTube, in regards to how to videos, how to use some of our services. And of course, there is our website. So whether you're an individual, whether you're a passenger, whether you're commercially involved, you can always consult any of our sources or call us directly, 922-514-029, or email us at public.relations@jca.gov.jm.
Got it. And that's the website again, jca.gov.jm.
That's correct.
Thank you, Sir Williams. You have given us quite a bit to process. Thank you for the clarity that you have given us. With us has been Andre Williams, Chief Information Officer with the Jamaica Customs Agency, JCA. Thank you for joining us, Sir Williams.
You're most welcome.
And thank you, our viewers, for tuning in. This has been Get the Facts. I'm Theodore Henry. Stay safe.